Welcome back to another episode of the Youth Academy Career Mode here in the Champions League, in which could be the final season of the series if we are to go ahead and win not only the Premier League but as well as the Champions League. And talking about that, we have Champions League things to kick off today after one game against Hoffenheim in which we drew 1-1. We now play Vålerenga, and we also have Celtic in this episode as well. And not only that, we have Chelsea in the Premier League as well, who are currently sitting first, the only team unbeaten in the first 6 games. So we're going to have to try and give them their first L of the season come the weekend after this Champions League game. As far as board objectives, I went ahead and just changed them completely, with this being potentially the final season of the series. I went ahead and just changed them to 2 objectives: win the Premier League and win the Champions League. That's the only 2 I care about. That's the only ones I'm going to put emphasis on. As far as as far as the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, I'm honestly going to go ahead and play a incredibly weak side there. Now, I am currently recording this without mods, and my manager rating already went down from perfect to where I was unsackable to green bar. So we are going to probably have to focus on board objectives, but by the time we get into the FA Cup into January, if I don't record that much, which I might honestly, I should have mods back by then, and then I won't have to worry about that at all. But everything else, I mean, we're pretty much doing everything else. The only one that could really affect us right now is winning the FA Cup, or if we absolutely bottle the league. Now, we are going to go ahead and play our full-strength side here against Vålerenga. Actually, no, we're not. Alright, we're going to play a somewhat rotated side here. We have Robert starting at striker over Hoffman, Jacobs at cam, McDonald at right back, Mosqueda at center back, and then Vargas in that center defensive mid, overtaking Daniel's spot in that starting 11. We are going to go ahead and play this game and see what we can do and see if we can go ahead and pick up our first 3 points in the Champions League group stage.
Beautifully disguised ball, real chance. There it is, and just the ideal start.
I'm fucking muted.
Well, we can take another look now.
Of course I'm muted.
Alright,
well, Jota goes ahead and take the lead against us with Vålerenga. I was literally saying, knowing EA, the worst team in their group, will probably end up forcing us to drop points. And then they take a 1-0 lead minutes later, or literally 9 minutes, but seconds later. As soon as I said that, the curse is real. But we go again. Now, this rotated team ain't that bad of a rotated team. We got the worst player is McDonald on for a striker. Now, obviously, the striker, or not striker, for right back, the striker drop off from Hoffman to the Robert is quite significant in rating. But honestly, Robert should be able to do a job there. As Davey's going to pick it up, he's actually going to go ahead and look to find Jacobs. Jacobs now out wide for Steele. He's in behind. Did he stay on side? He did. And Steele will go ahead and find the back of the net and level it up. It's 1-1.
Oh, super piece of play.
But here comes them again, Mosqueda. I have to turn penalties off for handballs because I've been playing like my personal save, and it's been absolutely insane the amount of penalties you get for handballs. So we're going to have to turn that off. Davey over the top for Jacobs! 2-1. Wakefield take the lead against Vålerenga, and as it should be, to be honest.
So on with the match.
Davey early into the second half, looking to find chaos. Davey's going to get tackled. We play on. He'll find Robert in the box. Robert's shot comes off the keeper's hands, but finds the back of the net still. And it's 3-1 now for Wakefield. We're turning into cruise control here against Vålerenga.
No short, so to be believed. Leicester City are about to get their man, Stuart.
Jacobs into Roberts, and Roberts is in behind. Roberts make it 4. Robert does make it 4.
No way for the opposition to contain him, and no one. Martin.
That's a massive touch. Davey trying to tackle. It doesn't really work out. Riznas. Jata shot was blocked by Ryu and out for a corner. And honestly, up 4-1. We are going to go ahead and jump to result. We are going to go ahead and win 4-2. So they go ahead and get another consolation going in the 79th minute. They did give us an early scare, but after that, it's been us all over them. As we move on now into the Chelsea game, in which we are 4 points behind them. But we could go ahead and make that 1 point if we were to beat them. And I'm really hoping we do. And I think Robert wants to play this game. And honestly, mate, there's just no shot you're getting in front of Hoffman for the starting 11. It's just not going to happen at all.
Point live on EA TV.
Chelsea in the Premier League. Jack Laird against his former club. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can shut him down. He's a fantastic player. But if we can shut him down, we might walk out of here with 3 points at home.
How do you see it?
Great to desire.
Jack Laird, Osimhen, we're going to have to stop him as well. But here's Jack Laird linking up with Osimhen, and 4 or 5 minutes in, Chelsea have the lead. It's 1-0. Daniels, Young,
excellent defending.
Moyano intercept. They'll find Davey. Davey will find Ziegler. He'll lay off for Steele, and Steele will find the top of the net, and it'll be level it up. It's 1-1 early in the second half. Enough time for us to go ahead and grab a winner and take control of this game. Ziegler, beautiful layoff for Steele. Steele absolutely blasted into the top of the net. And it's 1-0 or 1-1.
So in business once more on the back of that very lot.
Elliott inside the box. Reece James is looking like it's going to be a draw or a win for Chelsea. Because even if we clear this ball at the field, we're not going to have enough time to absolutely do anything with it, as Adams doesn't even head up the field. It's Elliott now. It's Juarez. He won't clear it, but it'll be out for a throw-in, and that'll be game over. A 1-1 draw against Chelsea.
In what was a thoroughly compelling game.
Celtic in the Champions League. They currently have 3 points. We have 4. We're tied with Hoffenheim on 4 points. They'll obviously go up to 7 when they beat Valengra. We will as well if we can go ahead and beat Celtic. And that will put us into a position to kind of comfortably get into a spot to where we really only need 1, maybe 2 points, maybe even just 1 more win to confirm our spot into the knockout stages of the Champions League.
On the attacking option, passing it through,
and Hoffman, no, not Hoffman, Davey will go ahead and open the scoring. He'll make it a 1-0, 27 minutes in.
Well, the ball is moving once more. How important will that be? The referee allowing play to continue. Can he finish?
Hoffman will make it 2-0 early into the second half. We double our lead.
So 2-0 now.
And we go ahead and pick up a 2-0 win against Wakefield. And the other team, I don't think they've actually played there. I didn't see their game there at all. And a quick sim against Watford sees us win 2-0 against them. I quick simmed against West Ham before that Celtic game when we lost 3-1. By the way, I just didn't show it. So we currently in the Carabao Cup now against Carlisle. For the Premier League, we sit in 6th and may not even have a game in hand. So they could go up to 19, but we'll still be 1 point behind Man City. But we are 7 points off of Chelsea, who still have not lost a game. So it's looking like Chelsea might win the league. So we might go ahead and just bottle the league there again for this season. Now, this team here, we are going to go ahead and play the rotated team as much as possible. I don't know why he is there, but Jacobs will go ahead and fill his spot. Let's see what they can do. This team should obviously beat Carlisle, but I'm hoping they don't. They do. A 2-0 win. We move on to the next round of the Carabao Cup, unfortunately. Aston Villa will quick sim this game because I want to play a second game against Celtic. It's a 2-1 win. Hoffman went ahead and scored the winner in the 82nd minute after Ziegler's quick equalizer. After their first goal in the 46th, we scored in the 49th and won in the 82nd. We go ahead and pick up another 3 points in the league. And if we win this game against Celtic, we are into the knockout stages because we'll be at 10 and then the most they could get would be 9. So we honestly just win this game and we're into the knockout stages, and honestly it won't matter whether we finish top or not, just with how unrelatable FIFA is. Now I did want to play this game, but I did see certain Manchester United a couple days later, so we are going to go ahead and quick sim this game to play the Man United game, a 4-1 thumping in the second game here against Celtic, in which we go ahead and win 4-1. Davy Steele, Hoffman with a brace, and we're into the knockout stages of the Champions League. Whether or not we finish top or second doesn't really matter too much. But now we have Manchester United in the Premier League. They are currently 1 point ahead of us, sitting in that 4th spot. Let's see if we can take them down and break back into the top 4. Gonna shut down Sam Bryan if we can, if possible.
And their methods, but it's now down to
the shadows sometimes actually piss me off. But this one honestly ain't that bad. It's not that bad. Other FIFAs, it was terrible. But Manchester United here at Wakefield Stadium. Let's see if we can shut them down. See if we can go ahead and win and kind of revert that fixture against Chelsea. It was a draw. We kind of got to revert the fixture against West Ham, to be honest. We lost that one somehow. Sieta Juarez will clear it into the path of Davy. He had Steele making a run. He didn't go ahead, but the pass was poor anyway. Moyano will win it back, trying to find Davy back down the flank. Didn't work out. Arsenal, Leicester City are in second. What the heck is going on? Brian now against Juarez, and Juarez should win that. He will. He won't really clear it, but Sieta is there for the cover. Davy will win that second ball, and Moyano now will send it up the field for Ziegler, and that one will be intercepted well, but Ziegler will win it back with strength, power, and Ziegler, Hoffman saved out for a corner. Davy, Daniels, corner, no. Moyano with a power shot from distance. That was blocked, but it's going to be a penalty. Handball from the Manchester United player. I forgot to turn off handballs for penalties because that's when we get kind of dicey. Like right here, was this handball? See, like that's not handball. They won't call that in real life at all. His hand is right next to him. He didn't move it for him, awkward position. I'm going to go ahead and take this because I have been done by it before. And I have a feeling we might be done by it for it again. So Hoffman will go and take this penalty. He probably should miss it just as fair play. You know what? Ball don't lie. Keeper saved anyway. So you know what? Fair play to them. They go ahead and get it saved and get it out. But Hoffman's there for a corner. And I was hoping to send it in. I forgot they have Pedri as well. That's an insane signing. Juarez out wide for Davy. Davy now will look to send it into the box, but he might be running out of bounds with it. No. Davy now can't find Hoffman. Harvard balls. Won the ball back.
Advantage Manchester United.
Sieta now. In for Davy. That's a beautiful ball behind Davy. An awkward angle, but we'll find the back of the net still. And Davy will go ahead and take the lead against Man United here. It's 1-0. And we're breaking into the top 4.
They have had it. They've looked so dangerous, particularly when they press high up the field.
Now Young back in for Ziegler. Ziegler in for Hoffman. Doubles the lead. And that might give us the win we need to break back into the top 4. It's 2-0 against Man United. And it's Hoffman on the score sheet again. Rashford. Juarez has been fantastic this game. He did pick up a yellow card, but that's fine. Cunningham. Hoffman will lay it off for Jacobs. Jacobs will hold it up. He'll find Cunningham back out wide. Cunningham back post for Adams. He didn't get there quick enough. Moyano on the second ball, though. Moyano will find Jacobs. I didn't look he found Jacobs at all, but it did. Jacobs turning and twisting, trying to get past Teze. Doesn't work out. Daniels now. Moyano out wide for Young. Young will lay it off for Adams. Adams crossed in. It's B handball again against the same player for the second time this game. And honestly, I'm going to go ahead and sky the shit out of this one. There's just no reason that should be a penalty unless his hand is drastically, I mean, maybe. Maybe. I will take off Waters, though, because he is on a yellow card. I don't want him to get a random red card and be out. Do we take this with Jacobs? Is Jacobs really a penalty shooter than Hoffman? No. Why? What the heck? Hoffman is insane. I forgot Hoffman was 99. We deflated Hoffman. And he saves a penalty again. He saves a second penalty. Okay, the keeper is him, kind of. I mean, he let 2 goals go in, but he's still him. Hoffman, no. Cunningham, power shot! Cunningham makes it 3-0. I finally scored a banger of a goal. That's absolutely insane. Jude Cunningham with an absolute rocket. Off the corner that got deflected out. Keeper kind of got deflected into the path of his defender, and that will allow that to go into the back of the net, and we are up 3-0 now against Man United. That was insane. That might be goal of the season right there. I always do that. I literally always, every time it comes out to the top of the box, I do that. It will never work out.
We will have 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Pedri, Rashford, Moyano, Brian, Pedri, Ryu tackled, McDonald will clear, and that will be game over. A 3-0 win against Manchester United with an absolute banger of a goal to end the game off. We are back into the top 4. Back into the top 4. It feels great. But we are still far away from getting into a title spot, to be honest. Hoffman, does Hoffman get man of the match there for only scoring 1 goal? He missed 2 penalties. I'm not sure he's man of the match, to be honest. I'm giving man of the match to Cunningham for that goal. And in fact, who actually got man of the match? Was it Hoffman? I don't think it was Hoffman. No, it wasn't Hoffman. It was Sieta who got man of the match. Sieta, 7.7. He did well. It's definitely a downgrade from Evans at right back. I kind of wish I didn't sell Evans, to be honest, but, you know, it is what it is. And Chelsea lose their first game of the season, so we're only 4 points behind them, where we started at the beginning of the episode. Who did they lose to, though? They beat they beat Southampton. Who did they lose to? They lost to Leicester City, the team in 4th position right now. We are currently sitting in 3rd, 1 point behind Man City in 2nd, 1 point ahead of Leicester City in 4th, and Arsenal, who is in 5th. We knock out Man United to 6th. 8th is Spurs, Liverpool in 9th, Newcastle in 10th. Currently going down right now is 3 teams that have absolutely not won a single game. Brighton have drawn 7 games. That's incredible. Brighton and Wolves drawing 7 and 6 games. Leeds with 4 points, Wolves with 6, Brighton with 7. Aston Villa, Everton, and Sheffield United, all there down there as well in the mix. But 3 teams have not won a game in 11 games is absolutely insane. And we play one of the teams that might be getting down there to start things off for next episode, in which will be Fulham and then Hoffenheim in the Champions League, which this will probably be the last game that we play of the group stage games. Because, actually, no, it won't be. So Valerenga actually went ahead and won that game, so that's absolutely insane. You know, if we beat Hoffenheim and Celtic win, or even Valerenga win, they could get into 2nd spot. If Hoffenheim went ahead and lost to Celtic on the final game day, you would want Celtic to win their game and Hoffenheim to lose theirs. That would be a turn for that. But we also have the December month, in which we have 5 Big 6 games in a row. Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, Man United in the Cup, which I don't care about at all, and then Manchester City to wrap up the calendar season. I will probably go ahead and skip all the way to these 4 games and play them next episode. And in fact, I'm actually going to do that right now. Because why not? Because honestly, why not? We beat Fulham 3-1. We draw to Hoffenheim 2-2. I think that draw against Hoffenheim actually sees us finishing top of the group, by the way. We lose to Newcastle. We beat Wolves. We beat Brighton. We should beat Valerenga. We do. So when we come back, that loss against Newcastle, that's the one I knew that would be the game that would bite me in the butt. When we come back, we are actually 3 points off of Chelsea, who have lost their 2nd game now. and we have a game in hand, so we could go first in the table if we were to win our next game by 2 goals, because we would have, actually by 3 goals, because we would have a better goal difference than Chelsea, so we would go top of the table. But it is against Arsenal at the moment, who currently sit in 5th, 3 points behind us, so they could leap over us if they really wanted to. Bottom of the table, did anybody win a game? Everton won a game. Sheffield United, well, Wolves actually won 3 games. Who else was at the bottom? It was Brighton, right? Brighton won 2 games, so Leeds United, the only team that was in the bottom 3, to still not win a game. They picked up another draw, though, so good on them. I will see y'all for next episode for a fantastic 4-game thriller to Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, and Man City. Will we survive that strength of a schedule? I sure hope so. And then we have Chelsea early in the month of January. I will see y'all then. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.